In the spring of 1981, Annie and I packed Lucas and Susanna, aged 11 and 4, into a 68 International Travelall and left our home in Harrison, Maine, and drove to Alaska. We landed in Anchorage and spent 3 years there, time we enjoyed but wanted to get out of the city. In the spring of 1984, we packed up again and headed south to 3 acres of land we'd purchased about 13 miles east of Homer, Alaska on the Kenai Peninsula. We even tilled up a garden plot that never amounted to much. With some free slabs from a local sawmill, I built a 12 by 12 cook shack. Along with the free slab wood, we had free coal that we gathered from the beach for cooking and heating. With some neighbors, we planned to split an order of 50 baby chicks. When the neighbors divorced before the chicks arrived, we ended up with all 50. So we kept them warm with a Coleman lantern I had to refill in the middle of the night. For the months of June and July, we cooked and lived in the cook shack while we spent our nights sleeping in tents. With money borrowed from friends and family, we started in on a foundation for a more permanent dwelling for the winter. We dug holes for pilings, built forms, and poured cement. After we got electricity run to the site, we framed up a 24 by 28 foot cabin with local spruce cut by some neighbors. Everybody pitched in, and in a couple of days we had a shelter with tar paper roof and plastic in the windows. By fall, when the kids had to walk the muddy road about 3/4 of a mile uphill to the school bus, we had a cabin that would keep out the wind, but with no insulation to keep out the cold. Remember those baby chicks? We keep these pictures to remind us that no matter how much we want fresh eggs, having chickens is no fun when you have to butcher with no running water. By Christmas, we had some insulation, but with only plastic in the windows, it was still seriously cold. By spring, things were looking up. We built a small greenhouse on the deck, and Lucas caught some fish. Actually, somebody else caught that salmon, but he did help land it. And Annie's dad, Freeman, came for a visit. We spent 4 years in that shack before moving to town. We rented the cabin out for a couple of years before selling it and buying a house. The rest, as they say, is history.